Hello everyone, welcome to today's Natural Beauty Fence instructional video. My name is Alex. I am here with Freddie. Today we are going to be installing solid privacy PVC. We are going to install a 6-foot high fence. Now let's begin with step number 1. So when you're installing a PVC fence, you want to make sure you install it on a straight line. If you just eyeball the line and do the best you can, it might look okay, but in reality you're going to have a post here, maybe this post is a few inches offset, then the next post is a few inches offset from that. Maybe no one notices, or maybe the customer does notice, and then you have a problem. Before we start installing any fence, whether it's PVC, wood, aluminum, we always set a string line. This line just ensures that the fence is going to be straight. So typically we use tension bars, just hammer them into the grass and tie your line exact. If the customer has survey stakes, you would make the line in according to the survey stakes. If not, maybe there was an old fence there, you do it in the line of the old fence. Always a good move, set up your string line, call the customer outside, show them where the fence is going to be, then they can approve it and you can go ahead. You know the fence is going to be straight. Our next step in the process is to install the end post. What I mean by end post is that there are going to be holes only on one side. As you'll see if I flip it over, there's no holes here. You always want to start and end your fence with an end post. The posts in the middle, those are going to be line posts, meaning you have holes on both sides. So in this case, we're installing a 6-foot high fence. We're using a 9-foot post. You're going to have 3 feet of post in the ground. That offers maximum security. And you're going to have 6 feet of post sticking up from the ground. So we're going to start by digging a 3-foot hole. You want to go 3 feet deep by about 1 foot wide. It's always good to make the outline in the hole with your tamping bar first. That way you mark out the exact radius of the hole you're looking to make. Now after the hole is marked out, your next person comes in with the post hole digger and starts digging. It's always best when you're installing a fence to have one person using the tamping bar and the other person using the post hole digger. That maximizes efficiency and also allows you to get the best hole possible. I can go down pretty far with the post hole digger, but eventually the hole is going to get a little bit out of shape, meaning it's going to cone in. That's when we switch places and Freddie comes in and he just tunes up the hole a little bit with the bar. The reason you want the hole to be straight down and perfectly circular is because that allows you the most play when you put the post in the ground to tamp it and make sure it's level. In addition, a perfectly round hole allows you to fit a lot of cement in there. You're gonna have a big pile of dirt from the hole you just dug. Always better, put the dirt on the side you're not installing the fence. So just to clarify, I'm putting the post here, the fence is gonna go that way toward you guys. Therefore, I want the dirt to go on the other side. That way it doesn't impede my flow. You'll notice too, when digging your hole, you want the majority of it on the side of the string line where the fence is going. Then you want to bleed over a few inches past the string line. So that way your fence is perfectly lined up and you could put cement all the way around the post, which is very important. So now what you'll notice is Freddie is leveling the post and he wants to get the back end of it right up next to the string line. Now once your post is in the ground, you're first going to surround it with dirt. What the dirt allows you to do is tamp it into place, make it level without permanently setting it. You only want to fill the hole up with about 1/3 worth of dirt. Now Freddie is going to hold the post level and I'm going to use my tamping bar here to tamp down the dirt and make it compact. So that way the post stays stationary. And like I said before, what's nice about this method is that we're leveling the post and stabilizing it without permanently setting it.
Go all around.
All right, now that this post is secure, we are going to measure and start digging for the next post. Freddie places his tape measure at this post and he's gonna measure over 90 inches and make a mark. That's gonna be the beginning of his hole.
Right there, we go 97, 98, and it's gonna work.
All standard sections of PVC are 8 feet wide. So you wanna mark your hole at just shy of 8 feet and then end your hole just after 8 feet. That way you have that wiggle room for the post as we discussed earlier. So let's start digging our second hole. Freddie's gonna start with the bar and then I'm gonna follow with the digger. So you see now, as I'm continuing to dig, the ground here is pretty hard. So I'm not getting a significant amount of dirt with every scoop. At that point, I say, Freddie, can you please help me out?
Of course.
And he comes in with the tamping bar to loosen it up for me. So unlike the first post, with the following posts, we're going to wait to secure it until the section is assembled. That way, as we're putting the rails in, we can wiggle the post a little bit if we need to. So the first step in assembling the section is the bottom rail. What's interesting about the bottom rail is that it bears the weight of the entire section. So it is very important that you use a metal insert inside this rail. Where you insert and the exact shape of the insert is going to vary depending on which manufacturer you use. Freddie is going to insert it in the secure post first. And as you'll notice here, he put some bricks on the ground so that way he can easily guide the rail into the post. Now Freddie is going to insert the bottom rail into the second post. So now as he inserts the bottom rail into that post, he's able to move it around, make sure it's in the perfect position. Now we are going to install the top rail, the top portion of the fence. And you'll see Freddie is once again going to start by inserting it into the post we have secured. Freddie is going to slightly insert the rail into the second post. You generally don't want to leave the fence open like this as it doesn't provide any privacy and people could walk right through it. The interior of the fence is going to be made up of pickets or boards. Most manufacturers for solid PVC are going to include a side channel in their sections. What this does is it eliminates the gap between the boards and the post. So you want to use one side channel on each end of the section. Then we're going to insert it like so. You place it in the bottom rail on an angle and then gradually tilt it into the top rail. The best way to do this is to have one person hand you the boards and one person insert them. Every board for a solid PVC fence is going to have two sides, the tongue and the groove. The tongue inserts into the groove, like this, like this, like this. There we go. In this example, as we are installing, the tongue is facing our right. So when I hand the boards to Freddie, I'm going to hand it to him with the groove facing left. That way all Freddie has to worry about is putting it in.
So are we on?
Yep. Now we are on our last picket or our last board. So I'm going to put the side channel, in this case on the tongue side, and then I'm going to hand it to my partner Freddie here. For the final picket, he pops the top rail out of the post so that way he can get it in. And he's going to lift the rail ever so slightly just so he can slide this last board in without all the others popping out. Now he's going to insert the rail into the post and make it flush. Now we are going to secure the second post. I'm going to once again put dirt in the hole about 1/3 of the way full, and then we're going to tamp it down. Freddie is holding his level against the post and he's going to tell me where exactly I need to tamp it so that way the dirt is compact in the correct place and the post is perfectly level. Now the next step in the operation is to secure the tops with screws. Push the post and move the top rail over so that way he can insert the screw directly next to the post. The idea of this is so that the top rail can't slide out.
I'm gonna put screw on this. Well, I'm gonna use this big level to level the top rail. That way, look, it's better. It's completely finished.
Double check the level after the section is installed. If we find that one end is a little bit higher than the other, we're going to use a sledgehammer to hit that side down until the fence is perfectly level on top. So now the top of the fence is perfectly level. If you're installing a big line of PVC, it's good to wait till after you have the whole line installed to then go and hit down the posts accordingly to make the whole line level. Our section is installed, posts are secure in position. Now we want to guarantee that that position lasts for the duration of its existence. We are therefore going to put 80 pounds of cement surrounding the outside of each one of our PVC posts. We like to use Quick Read here. It's very strong cement, it dries pretty quickly. We're going to do our best to evenly distribute the cement around the post. So you want to fill up the hole of cement just shy of the top. You want to leave probably about 2 inches of space between the top of the cement and the top of the ground, because after the cement we're going to cover it with dirt again, so that way the customer, if they plant grass, the grass will go all the way up to the fence post, and we'll do our best to make it level. Now usually after this process you have some leftover dirt. That's not a problem. In this case I would put it behind a tree or in a different location in the yard where the customer could use some dirt where it's not going to be an obstruction, or you just take it on the truck, take it back with you and dispose of it properly. So now what I have in front of me is a New England decorative cap. This is just going to go on the top of the post to provide a more decorative finish look. Before I put it on the post, I like to add some PVC glue. I typically put a strip of glue along 2 sides of the cap. So I just place it on like this. I do a little angle and then just plop it down. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you install a PVC fence. I am very excited to finally have this random section of PVC in the middle of my backyard. I've wanted this for a long time. But just so you guys can see, here's what a real PVC fence looks like after we install it. If you found this video informative and helpful, please leave us a comment down below if you have any questions. I will answer you. You can also give us a call at the number here. We have a location in Wantagh on Long Island, New York. Feel free to stop in our store, give us a call. If you're interested in having a fence installed at your house, give us a call. My name is Alex. I'll come to your house, measure the property, work with you to figure out which style of fence best suits your needs and your budget. And if you're a contractor out there trying to install a fence yourself, I hope this provided some good guidance. Take care, everyone. Thank you for watching.